Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if she's gonna be kind of like get this inheritance and have the curse on her.
Well, that's another question I have for you guys. Um, there's literally no witnesses left,
Yeah.
and the cops are getting there, and you just have Grace acting cool as a cucumber outside.
In-laws.
They're like, "What the hell happened to you?" In-laws,
Yeah.
right? But I'm like, could she possibly be in reality charged with these murders?
Yes. Also, she can be put in an insane asylum.
Yeah, I would think she could be charged with them, but what can they? It's kind of. I mean, yeah, she's covered in blood, but
there's no witnesses, like you said. But also,
can they really prove?
But I mean,
can they really
forensics,
prove that
whatever,
he killed them?
What
Everything's burnt up in a fire.
Yeah, I would say security cameras, but I mean,
oh, it's burnt.
Cloud. There's a cloud. There's an iCloud for those.
Maybe.
Either way, I think we're led to believe that she's okay. Unless they left it open for a part 2.
If there would be a part,
I automatically thought that now she's like filthy rich.
Yeah,
because she's the only living member of the family, and she literally just married into it.
Oh, that's right, dude. She gets all the money.
Yeah.
Because she's married. But then she did say, I want a fucking divorce, and threw the ring at him. So now she doesn't have a ring.
When the ring is only a ring, she signed the documents, and that's legal.
There's a paper trail.
That's true. Yeah, you know what? I think you're right, dude. I think since she's the last living member of the family, technically, and this is the morning after her wedding.
Yeah.
She could just say we had a big ass wedding party and it fucking blew up, dude. And they're all dead, all of them.
Especially because everyone imploded. There's no how can you? How do you?
It smells like hot dogs, dude. It's just like flesh everywhere and blood. Yeah, that's really crazy, dude. I think she lived the rest of her life rich as fuck.
Hell yeah.
Because she won LaBelle's game. And, how else would she win? You know what I'm saying? It was meant for her to win because she didn't have anything. She married into a rich family. She won the game and she survived. So she's through the eyes of the law. What do you think?
It's hard to say. Like we said, there's not much. They
don't give you anything else really.
Except for that the cops are there and she's acting pretty kind of relaxed for.
She's hysterical for sure.
Yeah.
Because they even asked. They said what happened to you? Or are you okay?
So, or they're trying to talk to her and she ignores them for a while. And then when they go over and they ask her again, what? Oh my God! What happened to you? Then she she answers, But that's an epic ending, dude.
It is.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Her coming down, sitting on the stairwell, and she's just caked and gross.
Yeah, and her dress is black from all the soot and smoke now.
Actually, there's several. She had several versions of those dresses.
Really?
So as it goes through and it gets tattered and everything,
Yeah.
they would switch it out and be like, "Oh, this is the extra bloody one." So they had all of these pre-set ones for different days of filming.
Did you notice her hair was had chunks of flesh in it too, at the end?
Yeah, at the yes. Yeah, when it gets to a certain point, her hair's matted, with all this, because she's been in the pit.
Yeah,
She's been in,
and Alex blew up on her face.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's the last one because he's oh, he's not taking me, so
I'm good.
Let's just run away together. And she's like, don't fucking touch me.
Yeah, I like that. I like that too, where she was just grunting at him, Rrr.
Yeah, because he he turns on her and it doesn't work in his favor, and he tries to be like, oh no, I didn't mean it, type of deal, and she's like, oh fuck you, we're past that point.
Yeah, We're way past that now. Yeah. Would you have told your significant other, like, yo, this is what we do?
Yeah.
Because you gotta, like...
Yeah, I would have been
give
like...
him a heads up.
I would have been like, yo, like, we should just be unofficially married or something.
Yeah, that's what I would have done, too. Like, kind of just, like, date low-key, not even... But then after a while, like, isn't there, like, how many times do you think that's happened where they brought someone over and then, like, you know, they let him know what the hell's going on and then he just left? Because remember how he said he left the family?
Yeah.
I wonder how many times he was trying to make that work, you know? I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah. It's pretty weird. Especially with given everything that Grace had already been through. And the fact that he just, like, you know, let her, put her in that scenario when he didn't have to. And she even says, like, you selfish fuck, or whatever. Like, or he was like, come on, I really don't want to die. And she's like, well, neither do I, you selfish fuck. You know? And that's, like, this whole movie wrapped up into one piece of dialogue.
Yeah, because he was like, you're the one that decided to marry me when they were, like, in the walls or
And
whatever.
she's like, oh, so now it's my fault?
Yeah, dude.
Are you serious? You know, and there's all that bickering comes from a place that's real. And I also I keep saying all this stuff positive about Samara, and it's obvious, but I feel like just her delivery and even just her mannerisms and her, like, freakouts, even like her that shriek that she does throughout the film.
I thought that was fake at first.
No,
that's really
her. And I don't think I've heard her do that in any other movie, not like that. And it's just like, it feels like it's coming from someplace, like, for real. You know what I mean?
You ever heard a rabbit scream before?
No.
Google it, dude. They scream right before they die. That's the way she sounded. I swear to God. She sounds like a screaming rabbit. Don't ask me how I know that, dude. Someone told me.
Okay.
I think it was like Eli or Landon or something like that.
That's scary.
It is pretty scary. It's the weirdest fucking sound. It's a shriek, just like that. That's why it kind of threw me off a little bit. I was like, what the fuck? That's why I thought it was recorded.
No, you can hear that's her pitch. Like, you can hear it's her voice.
Damn.
You can hear it, like, going up and down. It's crazy.
She'd be a good hardcore singer, dude.
Yeah.
For a grindcore band.
She's Australian, right? I believe.
I don't know. Is her uncle Australian?
I think so.
They both have the accent. She just turns it off. They both can turn it off.
No, she turns it on, bro.
Ah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny that people always, they say that her and Margot Robbie look the same.
I said that earlier.
But I don't really see it, man.
I see some of it when she's trying to act prissy. Like when she's being a good person. Mm-hmm. But when she's a badass, she turns into Samara. Mm-hmm. You know? But when she's just being, like, really... Like in the beginning of the film when she was about to get married and she's, like... up in the room, like, smoking and stuff.
Yeah.
She looks like Margot a little bit right there. Especially in Once Upon a Time.
All right. I could see it.
Maybe it's just me. Oh, she also looked like her as Nancy Kerrigan? Or no, Tanya Harding? Doesn't she play Tanya Harding?
Yeah. In I, Tonya?
Margot does, yeah.
Yeah, she kind of looked like her a little bit right there. But I can see Samara just a little bit of Margot Robbie and her together, you know? Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm wrong.
I just feel like I could tell them like right away.
Almost like they could be related, you know? Like the Olsen twins and Cameron Diaz.
All right. I guess.
Or like David Schwimmer and fucking
okay.
What's his name? Francis McDermott.
No, that's a chick.
Or dude. Dylan McDermott.
Is it Dylan? Yeah, Dylan.
Yeah.
Speaking of American Horror Stories, coming back on Hulu with American Horror Stories. Some
Lady Gaga in it?
No, I don't know. Maybe.
anthology series.
She wasn't in the. She wasn't in the last. What was it? 1984, I think it's called. That one's really good.
Isn't it like a Camp Crystal Lake?
Yes.
Okay.
But then they kind of flip it on its head and it just goes way bonkers. Kind of like this Ready or Not.
Really?
Like where just like you cannot guess where it's going. It's virtually like...
I made it.
Yeah.
I fucking made it, man.
You cannot predict that show.
Okay.
It's a good season.
Alright. I have been hearing a lot of good stuff about it, dude. I still haven't checked it out, but...
They're on Hulu, I think, right, James?
Yeah, they're on Hulu.
No.
I think all of them are.
What would you fellas rate Ready or Not, going back to the movie?
Dude. You want to go first, James?
I'll give it a solid 8.5.
Dang. I'll go 7.5. No, I'll go 8, dude, because I really liked it. I thought it was a good film. I was even thinking about that like halfway through the movie. Mm-hmm. I was like, what can I rate this? And then it started to get better. Because sometimes I'll just start a movie off at a 5, you know?
Yeah.
And then depending. Yeah. But I want to say I'll give it an 8. I like the aesthetic of it too. I like the way it's really...
They use candles in a lot of for lighting, and there's this like warm glow.
Seance. There's like a seance feel.
And it kind of plays with how it turns into like this kind of satanic film, like Rosemary's Baby shit type of shit happening, and it just it looks really good.
Speaking of, have you heard Satanic Planet?
Yes, just JP's band, or newer project. One of many. It's really good, you know.
It's kind of different, right?
Yeah.
What would you rate this, dude?
I'll go with you guys because I know obviously it's not a perfect film. In some things could have been done a little differently, maybe better. I'll go with an 8, which is fair.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Very nice.
Yeah, the only thing that I would probably criticize, but I mean, I don't understand how you can do it, is the explosions, because I thought they were pretty cool, but in the first, maybe the second one, I can see the CGI like right before they explode. Mm-hmm. But other than that, there's nothing else that I would probably criticize of the movie. Everything else was good, you know. It took me for a couple twists and turns for sure.
Especially the ending, going back to what James was saying, the ending was really cool because you think that this family is just crazy and that none of it's real.
Yeah.
You know? And then they're like, no, got you, bitch. Like,
yeah.
This is,
It's real.
Yeah. They fucked up.
I wish they would have showed LeBain a little bit more, but...
LaBelle,
a little bit more. When they do show him, he has very characteristics of the devil, and it only shows him because the chair was really close to the fire. You know, did you notice that? And his outline was like fire. So,
it seems like they're hinting at that this LaBelle character obviously made some kind of deal with the great grandfather. Was it Victor Ladomas? Where they came upon this inheritance through board games or whatever, right? And they've been sitting on top of it, and they're kind of scared of losing their fortune and their lives if they don't follow along with all of these kind of customs.
I wonder if they did the Ouija board too. You know what I'm saying? Since it's like a Parker Brothers or Milton Bradley type.
It's interesting.
I wonder if LaBelle was just a person that he came across that was just actually the devil disguised as a person.
Yeah.
Because, the devil, quote unquote, is notorious for making deals with people for their lives, for rich. And you know.
It's kind of like how do you say, an analogy for like you literally sold your soul to the devil, for money and fortune. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And when they show him too, he has like that goatee, the long goatee with like the eyebrows and the pencil mustache that kind of curls.
Yeah, and very kind of, how do you say, dapper or something?
Yes, his hair was slicked back. But that's really cool, man. I didn't think